Welcome back to the channel. In this video, you're gonna practice your English with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. We're gonna talk about her life story. Remember that input is very important for your English, listening, reading. This is how you put English inside your head. So let's go. Cleopatra, the famous Queen of Egypt. Early life. Cleopatra was born in 69 BCE, around 2000 years ago. She was part of a royal family called the Ptolemaic dynasty. This family came from Greece, but they ruled Egypt. Cleopatra was special because she learned the Egyptian language and followed Egyptian customs. This made the people of Egypt like her very much. Becoming queen. Cleopatra became queen when she was just 18 years old, after her father's death. She had to share the throne with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. They did not get along, and soon they were fighting for power. This led to a civil war in Egypt. The Civil War. The Civil War began because Cleopatra and her brother were fighting to control Egypt. Cleopatra was older and more experienced, while her brother was young and influenced by his advisors. These advisors wanted to have power and didn't like Cleopatra's ideas. When she was 20 years old, Cleopatra was forced out of Egypt by her brother. She went to Syria and put together an army of mercenaries. After 1 year, she returned to Egypt to fight her brother. The civil war included many battles during a period of around 2 years. During this period, a powerful Roman leader, Julius Caesar, arrived in Egypt. Cleopatra saw an opportunity to ask Caesar for help. She famously met him by hiding in a carpet to enter his palace and talk to him. Caesar was impressed by Cleopatra and decided to help her. The civil war continued for another year, but together Cleopatra and Caesar defeated her brother Ptolemy XIII. He tried to escape but drowned in the Nile River. Cleopatra became the queen and only ruler of Egypt. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar. Cleopatra and Julius Caesar quickly became friends and allies. They also became lovers. Cleopatra needed Caesar's support to become the queen of Egypt. Caesar needed Cleopatra's fortune and riches to help him in Rome. Their relationship was both romantic and political. 9 months after they met, they had a son. His name was Caesarion, which means Little Caesar. This made their connection even stronger. Cleopatra visited Rome with Caesar. People in Rome were fascinated by her beauty and intelligence. She stayed in Rome for about 2 years. But when Caesar was killed by a group of Roman senators, Cleopatra had to leave Rome and return to Egypt. This was around 44 BCE. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Later, Cleopatra met another Roman leader named Mark Antony. Their famous connection began in 41 BCE. Antony was a general and politician in charge of Rome's eastern territories. He saw in Egypt an opportunity to get support for his military campaigns, and asked Cleopatra to meet him in the city of Tarsus, which is modern-day Turkey. Cleopatra knew how to make an impression. She sailed to Tarsus on a fantastic big boat. She was dressed as the Greek goddess Aphrodite, which impressed Antony. This grand entrance showed Cleopatra's intelligence and ability to use her charm to her advantage. Cleopatra and Antony quickly saw the benefits of working together. For Cleopatra, it was a chance to gain support from Rome and become stronger in Egypt. For Antony, Cleopatra's money and fortune were valuable for his military campaigns. Their relationship was both romantic and strategic. They fell in love and had 3 children together. Cleopatra and Antony worked together to fight against Octavian, another powerful Roman. Their love story is famous and has been told in many books and movies. The conflict with Octavian. Octavian was the adopted son of Julius Caesar. After Julius Caesar's death, Octavian and Mark Antony formed an alliance and defeated Caesar's assassins. But the alliance between Octavian and Antony eventually broke down because of their different ambitions. Mark Antony formed a close alliance with Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. They were lovers and had 3 children together. Antony's relationship with Cleopatra caused tension with Octavian, especially because Antony was married to Octavian's sister. Octavian used propaganda to turn the Roman Senate and people against Antony and Cleopatra. He showed Antony as a traitor who had abandoned Roman values for the luxuries of Egypt. Octavian convinced the Senate to declare war on Cleopatra. This war was also against Antony, who supported Cleopatra. The final battle. Cleopatra and Antony's army fought against Octavian's army in a big sea battle called the Battle of Actium. They lost and ran away to Alexandria. Cleopatra knew she would be captured. Instead of being taken prisoner, she chose to end her life. Some stories say she used a snake bite to do it. She was 39 years old when she died. Cleopatra's legacy. Cleopatra was a very important queen. She was smart, brave, and loved by her people. She helped make Alexandria the capital of Egypt, a center of art and learning. Even today, people remember Cleopatra as a symbol of beauty and power. Interesting facts. Cleopatra was the first in her family to speak Egyptian. She was known for her intelligence and could speak many languages. Cleopatra loved to learn and had many scholars and artists at her court. Cleopatra's life has inspired many stories, plays, and movies. Cleopatra lived in a very rich and powerful Egypt that also faced many challenges. Her story shows how one person can make a big difference in history. There you go, guys. Use this activity to practice your listening and reading. Try to find new words, new vocabulary, at least 5 new expressions or 5 new words. You can practice your speaking by trying to tell the story using your own words. You can do it in front of the mirror, or you can record yourself with your phone and watch the video of you speaking English. And remember to make English part of your life. That's the only way to improve your English. Make it a habit, make it routine for you. You can practice more listening and reading, watching these videos. I'm sure they will help you. Check it out. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for coming. See you on the next video. Bye bye.